She stands 4 feet 10 inches tall. She weighs 95 pounds. But when this girl cracked the windshield of a $100,000 Lamborghini, nobody laughed. Because she wasn't the one selling it. She was the one who bought it. At 21 years old, she owns 2 houses, has millions of followers, and makes $1.5 million a month. So who is this girl? And why is she getting rich by destroying luxury cars? Her real name is Jameliz Benitez Smith. She is American, from a Dominican family. She was born in Florida in 2003. Her mother and father worked multiple jobs just to keep the family going. She grew up alongside her siblings, Juan and Ana. The house was small, but the love was big. A classic immigrant family story. But Jameliz was not a classic kid. She was the star of every school talent show. She danced, she painted, she loved the stage. Her teacher said, "This girl has something." Nobody could have known what that something was, because Jameliz had a plan that no one could have imagined. Jameliz never worked a normal job. Never. She was never a cashier, never a waitress, never an intern. Instead, she picked up a paintbrush and started making art. She worked with acrylic paints. She organized small art shows with her friends. They sold tickets, displayed the paintings. The earnings? Almost nothing. But Jameliz learned something there. Grabbing people's attention is harder than making money. During high school, she grew up on the streets of Miami. Dominican culture, Spanish language, traditional food, tight family bonds, all of it shaped her. But there was also a rebellion inside, a small girl with big dreams, and everyone around her kept saying, "Be realistic." She was not realistic. When the pandemic hit in 2020, everyone locked themselves at home. Jameliz locked herself in too, but she had a phone in her hand, and an app called TikTok was just starting to explode. When Jameliz opened that app, her life would change forever. But how it would change, nobody could have predicted. 2020, March. The pandemic locked down the world. Jameliz was 17 years old, bored at home. She uploaded a dance video to TikTok. The choreography was simple, the energy was high, and she had a natural magnetism in front of the camera. Within 1 week, 5 million views. 5 million. From a single video by a 17-year-old girl. The algorithm loved her. The viewers loved her. And Jameliz understood something. This is not just dancing. This is a business. She immediately changed strategy. More frequent posts, more creative content. She added her own twist to trending songs. Lip sync videos, challenges, comedy sketches, at least one video every day. Within 6 months, 2 million followers. But Jameliz did not want to be an ordinary TikTok dancer. Thousands of girls were doing the same thing. To stand out, she needed something different, something radical, maybe something insane. And that insane idea came from a Tesla. Jameliz had a Tesla, but she hated charging it because she was a speed addict. She sold the Tesla and bought a BMW M4G82 instead. One day, she climbed on top of the car and jumped off it. She filmed the whole thing. The internet exploded. People lost their minds. Is this girl crazy? Why is she destroying her own car? Where does she get this kind of money? Comments, shares, arguments, every single one fed the algorithm. The video was watched millions of times. Jameliz had discovered something. People love watching beautiful things get destroyed, especially expensive things, because it is an act of rebellion, a defiance, something normal people cannot do. Then came the Lamborghini Huracan. She danced on the hood. The windshield cracked. The video got 29 million views. Then the Cybertruck. She smashed it with a baseball bat and a tennis racket. Then she pulled out a gun and shot the Cybertruck. Each video crazier. Each video more viral. But the real question was, where was all this money coming from? Jellybean Brains was smashing cars. Millions were watching. But the real money was not coming from there. The real money was flowing from a place nobody knew about. Daisy Blooms. Jameliz had a second identity. On TikTok, she had gathered 4.5 million followers under the account Daisy Blooms. But the real bomb was on OnlyFans. Monthly subscription fee, $19.99. An estimated monthly income, $1.5 million. $1.5 million per month at 21 years old. The strategy was genius. With Jellybean Brains, she grabbed attention on TikTok and Instagram. Crazy videos, car smashing, dancing. Millions of people wondered, who is this girl? The curious ones searched. The searchers found Daisy Blooms. Those who found Daisy Blooms went to OnlyFans. 2 different brands, 2 different worlds, but the same girl. And this dual identity strategy was one of the smartest money-making methods in internet history. So who taught her all this? The answer might surprise you. Nobody taught her. Jameliz taught herself. And what she learned was called rage baiting. Rage baiting, deliberately making people angry to generate engagement. Hate comments are worth the same as love comments to the algorithm. The more controversy a video creates, the more people it gets shown to. Jameliz understood this perfectly. When she cracked the Lamborghini windshield, car enthusiasts went crazy. What a waste, they said. They shared, they argued. The video was viewed 29 million times. When she shot the Cybertruck, Tesla fans went ballistic. They shared again. They argued again. Millions of views again. Every hate comment, every "this girl is insane" share put money in Jameliz's pocket. Because the algorithm rewards emotional reactions. And Jameliz was a genius at producing emotions. But rage baiting has a price. You become one of the most hated names on the internet. People judge you, insult you, threaten you. Jameliz did not care about any of it because the next phase of her plan was already ready. At 19 years old, she bought her first house, Las Vegas, Summerlin area. Then came the second house, North Las Vegas. Total value, between $500,000 and $800,000. 19 years old, 2 houses in Las Vegas. While most of her peers were piling up college debt, Jameliz was building a real estate portfolio. But she did not stop. She entered the stock market. She started investing in stocks and cryptocurrency. In an interview, she said, "The money came fast. I immediately put a team together to help manage it." How many 21-year-olds say that sentence? Jameliz was not an ordinary influencer. Content creation was a tool, not a goal. The real goal was building wealth. She poured OnlyFans income into real estate. She channeled social media earnings into the stock market. She launched a merch line. She signed brand deals. She charged up to $30,000 per sponsored post. But all this success had a dark side, and it was something Jameliz could not control. Hashtag Jellybean Brains leak trended. Hashtag Jellybean Brains leak trended everywhere. It was claimed that private content had been shared without permission. Telegram groups, piracy sites, fake accounts, everywhere was flooded with Jameliz's name. True or false? The internet did not care. Everyone clicked. Everyone searched. Everyone talked. Google searches for Jellybean Brains hit the ceiling. And here is the interesting part. This scandal did not hurt Jameliz. On the contrary, it made her more famous. OnlyFans subscriptions increased. Follower counts exploded. The more people got curious, the more they clicked, and the more money flowed. But the psychological cost was different. Losing control of your private life is not easy for a 21-year-old girl. She started hiding her boyfriend's identity. She stopped sharing information about her family because the internet had taught Jameliz one thing: those who love you and those who hate you enter through the same door. Jameliz Benitez Smith is 21 years old. She has millions. She has houses. She has followers. But one thing she does not have: a normal life. When she walks outside, people recognize her. Every stranger pulling out a phone is a potential threat. She hides her boyfriend's face. She tries to protect her family. And every comment, every leak, every argument on the internet wears her down a little more. She wanted to be a painter. She wanted to make a living selling art. She was happy at small exhibitions. Now she smashes Lamborghinis and earns $1.5 million a month from OnlyFans. Is this success or is this chaos? In an interview, Jameliz said, "I want to expand into fashion, music, and business. Maybe one day I will start a family, but I will also keep my career going." A girl who stands 4 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 95 pounds, became one of the craziest, most hated, and highest earning names on the internet, and she is only 21. The story does not end here, because Jelly Bean Brains is just getting started.